And we return to another Magic the Gathering Commander deck. I shall be doing this one probably in this voice entirely, because it is my Chaos deck with my custom commander, and this is his voice. This is Balthazar Abbot Cornelius, the artist formerly known as Blashuk Mighty Ravendark, who currently goes by Ash, and when on stage, Grim. That's Grym, to be edgy. This is a mid-power Chaos deck. There are a lot of standard Chaos cards that I'm not running, including Knowledge Pool, Share the Spoils, basically anything that could give cards to my opponents. Instead, I focus on cards like Possibility Storm and Hive Mind and a lot of wheels. It is Grixis after all. That was my dog Dexter. He lived a happy life, 15 and a half years, and we put him down before his misery became too much to bear. Anyway, that was dark. This is Balthazar, and he's 2 in Grixis, a 1/3 flying, a 1/3 legendary creature, Tiefling Bard, with flying and vigilance. When he enters the battlefield, I become the monarch. During each opponent's upkeep, as long as I'm the monarch, I goad target creature they control. Up to 1 target creature. I may feel nice every once in a while. That was the closest I could think of to the flavor of Vicious Mockery, so I decided it would fit. Oh, and yes, I know, vigilance is not a Grixis keyword, but I don't care. He also has Izzet and Tap to bolt a target, 3 damage to any target. Now, he will be changing, not the front side, no, the back side. He will also be a Planeswalker. Same cost, 2 in Grixis. He will be Blashuk Mighty Ravendark, assuming I can fit that name in the title bar. He has a static ability and 3 loyalty abilities. The static ability is that he can't be attacked by goaded creatures. As you can tell, there's a bit of goad in this deck. His +1, you become the monarch. If you are already the monarch, goad target creature you don't control. Pretty straightforward. Oh, he comes in with 3 loyalty. His -3, Dockside Extortionist. Create a treasure token for each artifact and enchantment your opponents control. He doesn't have an ultimate ability, so to speak, but he has a -X. And it is -X to deal X +1 damage to any target. If that target would die this turn, it is exiled instead. So that is Balthazar and Blashuk. I don't run many creatures, and so I guess we should go through them. Darthy Voidwalker, because the deck wheels quite a bit, I do want to screw with my opponents. I do help them draw a lot of cards, but I don't play things like Time Reversal that can shuffle things back in for opponents. Only for myself. Fate Spinner to help me pillow fort a bit. Jace's Archivist to keep all those wheels going. Cataract Parasite because people are drawing a lot of cards, so might as well burn them. Kozilek for shuffling things back in. Nakuzar, who should be the commander, but who I don't want to be the commander. Turgrid, because she's terrifying in a deck like this. And Zancha, because she is fun. I run quite a few artifacts. Quite a few indeed. And Will of Bogarden, more draw and discard. Arcane Signet, of course. Bloodthirsty Blade, add a bit more goading. Coalition Relic. Demir Signet. Fell War Stone. Gilded Lotus. Grafted Exoskeleton. I figured that because I run Nekuzar and Cataract Parasite, and because Grafted Exoskeleton gives +2/+2, is it +2/+2? Yes. And is reasonable on Balthazar, it just makes sense as another win con. I'm starting to gag, I don't know why. When it's on Balthazar, he can kill a player in 2 turns. Swing in the air, then bolt them. Swing in the air, then bolt them again. So, not the most amazing, but it works for those players that don't have flying blockers. How like mine? Of course, the ever-so-metal Iron Maiden. I am making people draw cards, so might as well burn them for it. Is it Signet? Midnight Clock, I'm trying it out. Little twister for myself. Mind Crank, of course, to be completely evil. You might be able to see the Blood Chief over here. Primal Amulet, make my instants and sorceries cheaper because I do run quite a few of those. And when it flips, be able to copy my wheels, because that's something that this deck wishes to do. Rakdos Signet. Soul Ring. Soul Guide Lantern. One of my favorite cards from recent sets, and particularly useful in a wheels deck that's getting rid of cards. It's putting a lot of cards in opponents' graves. The 3 Talismans. Puzzle Box. Temple Bell. We should all draw more cards, right? The Celestus. The Celestus and Midnight Clock are in there because there really aren't too many other great rocks to run, so at least, inexpensive ones. And Vorpal Sword. This commander is based on my favorite D&D character that I've created, my Sorcerer Bard, 1 level in Divine Soul Sorcerer and the rest in Lore Bard. So I figured why not throw in a Dungeons & Dragons sword as a potential win con. The fact that it also gives Death Touch is quite nice for Balthazar's Bolt ability. As a sorcerer, of course, he has access to the Firebolt cantrip, and that's where that Lightning Bolt ability comes in. So, anyway, Death Touch. Enchantments. Blood Chief Ascension for the classic combo with Mind Crank. Copy Artifact, because I picked up another one, I figured might as well have another rock. Dictate, because I would prefer to flash this in and let me draw before opponents do. Dissipation Field for a bit of protection. I actually just cut City of Brass for that. Was moving some cards around. Fevered Visions. More Burn. A Foil Hive Mind. A Hive Mind plus Wheel of Fortune is a lot of fun. Liliana's Caress. I'm not running Megrim, just that one. No Mercy. Planar Chaos. I like to counter things. Signed Foil Possibility Storm. One of my favorite cards of all time. Propaganda. Heuristic Study. Stand Still, another fun card for the whole family. And Waste Not. One of the strongest cards in the deck. Opponent discards a creature, I create a 2/2. Discards a land, I add 2 black mana. Discard anything else, I draw a card. Extremely powerful on those heavy wheel turns. Dang it. Next up, we shall be going through the counter spells. Well, the instants, rather. I'm only running 5 counter spells, which hurts, because I like to run more, as those of you who've watched my deck videos know, but this is a chaos deck. Whatever. I do not like Arcane Denial, but it fits the theme of the deck, so whatever. Of course, counterspell. Someone gave me this altar for free. It's pretty nice, I like it quite a bit. Pretty silly. Counter Squall, because I've wanted to use it for a while. Why not also shock them? Of course, Cyclonic Rift and Evacuation to protect myself. Lightning Bolt, because it should go in most red decks. Negate. Almost wrapping up the counterspell suite. My spot removal, aside from Bolt, Pongify, Rapid Hybridization, and Resculpt. Should always run a good amount of spot removal. Swan Song. Valakut Awakening. I like it because it's a self sort of wheel that can be land instead. And a Vampiric Tutor. So, quite a bit of interaction and tutoring. Demonic Tutor. Gamble. Grim Tutor. Reforge the Soul. Sort of on the chopping block. I don't like that it's 5 mana. Whatever. A very silly proxy, Wheel of Fortune. I mean, those of you who've seen my Niv Mizzet video know that I have a real one, so whatever. I'm in the market for another. I have an Earthcraft I'm trying to potentially trade around for it, but anyway. Whispering Madness, perfect on Balthazar. And Windfall. Lot of wheels, lot of draw power, all that fun stuff. This deck may change over time. I've not had a chance to play it yet. Just did some gold fishing on Tapped Out. It works the way I wanted to on Tapped Out, but that's not a true substitute for a real game. Lightstep Pathway. Blood Crypt. Cascade Bluffs. Cephalid Colosseum. Clearwater Pathway. Command Tower. Crumbling Necropolis. As you saw, I am not running City of Brass because it deals damage to me. And if I have Dissipation Field out, that bounces the land back to my hand. It's different with Mana Confluence because it doesn't deal damage. I pay life instead. Dragon Skull Summit. Drowned Catacomb. Graven Cairns. Haunted Ridge. I really do like these darker ones. Of course I do. This island that a friend took acetone to, I believe, to get rid of basically everything. I like the way it looks. 2 other islands. A luxury suite. And a rather luxurious one it is. Mana Confluence. Morphic Pool. Single Mountain. Red is not the biggest, the most important color in the deck, so. Otawara. The one that looks like a Star Destroyer. River Glide Pathway, Shipwreck Marsh. I don't care that it's gold border. I think I have a non-gold border in my binder, but I don't care. Shivan Reef, Steam Vents, Storm-Carved Coast, Sulphur Falls. Is that right? No, it's Sulphur Falls, right? Yes, Sulphur Falls. Sulphurous Springs. Sunken Ruin. 3 swamps. The 3rd swamp will become the new triome. The Grixis one, whenever we get that. Training Center. Underground River and Watery Grave. No fast mana. Of course, outside of rocks, no fetches, no forces. This is truly a mid-power deck. It has been getting more disgusting as I've been building it. I recently added the Liliana's Caress and Blood Chief combo and things like that, but yes, I do quite believe that it will play at a rather mid-power level. Anyway, that is all. The deck is complete, and now I can't wait to start playing it. Should be fun. On an unrelated note, I still do not have a tripod that's worth using. I have this little thing, so I have it propped up on my djembe. Because why not?